her the opportunity to say everything that she's had to say about me to me. Get bold. You had all of these things to say. Oh, she's a hoe, she's messing with his friend, she's doing this, she's doing that.
Doug Christie has always been known as a man who prefers to stay out of drama. He built a strong reputation as someone who prioritizes family over everything else. Unlike many of his NBA peers, Doug was recognized for his unwavering loyalty, his lack of cheating rumors, and his absence of public controversies. His focus was always on two things: his basketball career and his loved ones. For those who have followed Doug and his wife, Jackie, over the years, it's clear that their marriage has been a topic of interest for the public. The couple has strict rules in their relationship, some of which many people may find excessive. For example, Jackie is always by Doug's side, whether he's attending a game, an event, or an interview. They also renew their vows every year, emphasizing their commitment to one another.
That Jackie and her daughter's relationship was strained. I didn't know to the extent or the degree.
Like the damage that she did to me and my sister's relationship, she won't even take accountability for. At this point, it's just like a fake, I have to keep talking to you so you won't go talk about me on Twitter and talk about me on Facebook and
So you
tell
think
your side of the
genuinely
story.
she doesn't care?
Why else would you speak about your daughter like this?
From the outside looking in, their relationship seemed like the perfect love story. Their daughter, Shantel, grew up in the midst of this seemingly perfect marriage. She witnessed her parents' strong and nearly unbreakable bond. For many years, Shantel played the role of the ideal daughter, always supportive and helping to maintain the family's image. However, over time, some cracks began to show. Shantel made decisions that didn't always align with the strict rules set by her parents. Most recently, she did something that Doug could not approve of, and for the first time in years, Doug Christie lost his cool. This recent revelation about their family is changing the way people view what was once seen as the ideal family dynamic. For decades, Doug and Jackie Christie worked hard to present themselves as the perfect couple. Their relationship was unlike most NBA marriages. The couple's love for one another was clear, with their yearly vow renewals and strict marriage guidelines. There were no public arguments, no rumors of cheating, just dedication to one another. This was largely due to Jackie's strong desire to maintain the image of a perfect, unbreakable marriage. Jackie was often the one who took charge, keeping Doug close and ensuring that no outside influences could harm their marriage. She would attend all events with him, make sure he interacted only with people she trusted, and kept a close eye on their personal lives. Despite some people finding their love story admirable, others viewed it as excessive. Nevertheless, Doug and Jackie remained steadfast in their commitment to each other and their family, proudly defending their way of life. Shantel, as the daughter of this powerful couple, was at the center of it all. On the surface, she seemed to be the perfect daughter, always polite, well-groomed, and supportive of her parents' marriage. What most people didn't see, however, was the immense pressure Shantel faced growing up in a home where perfection was expected.
Disgusting. It's disgusting. It makes me sick.
She said a lot of things that actually hurt my feelings as a mom.
She had to play her part in upholding the family's image for years, avoiding any behavior that could jeopardize the flawless facade her parents had so carefully crafted. As Shantel grew older, however, things began to change. She started pursuing career opportunities and taking actions that weren't always in line with her family's expectations. Doug and Jackie's intense involvement in every aspect of her life made it difficult for Shantel to step out from under their control, but she began distancing herself, particularly from her mother. This shift marked the beginning of a series of changes in their family dynamic. Jackie had always been the dominant voice in the family, but Shantel started to express her own opinions more and more, which didn't always fit with the ideal image her parents had created. Then, something unexpected happened. Mysterious messages started appearing on the internet. Shantel shared posts that hinted at problems behind the scenes of the Christie family. While she never directly criticized her parents, her posts suggested that things weren't as perfect as they seemed.
I'm here because you brought the friend into the situation. So I just want you to tell me, face to face, that it was the friend that I was.
People started to wonder, was Shantel trying to tell us something? Was she struggling to fit into the family's tight rules? It wasn't long before Shantel agreed to do an interview, which took everyone by surprise. For the first time, she spoke openly about the struggles of growing up in a household where perfection was the standard. In the interview, Shantel discussed the rigorous rules and high expectations she faced as a child. She explained how, growing up, she was expected to fit into her parents' carefully constructed image. There was little room for mistakes or individuality in her world. Every choice she made was expected to reflect positively on the Christie name. One of the most striking things Shantel revealed was how her parents' intense relationship had influenced her understanding of love and loyalty. She admitted that having a front-row seat to her mother's controlling behavior over their home had shaped her views in ways that weren't always healthy. She spoke about the difficulty of balancing independence with the loyalty that had been instilled in her from a young age.
I have this castle and this man and this blended family. Go fix it. Go fix dinner. Why are you here?
Shantel also made subtle remarks that suggested she had issues with her mother's authority in the family, though she never named Jackie directly. The underlying message was clear: her mother's tight control over their family dynamic had a lasting effect on her. The internet quickly reacted to Shantel's comments. Many people noticed the tone of her words and began speculating about what had been going on behind closed doors. Some said that Shantel had been holding these feelings inside for years and was finally able to speak her truth. One person commented, "Shantel has been holding this in for years. You can tell she's finally free to speak her truth, and Doug and Jackie can't handle it." Another person remarked, "Doug losing his cool like this just proves Shantel struck a nerve. What's really going on behind closed doors?" What shocked everyone, however, was Doug's reaction. For years, Doug Christie had been known as the calm and collected one in the family. He rarely spoke about his personal life and usually let Jackie handle any drama that came their way. But this time, things were different. According to sources, Doug was furious after hearing Shantel's interview. It wasn't just the content of what she said, it was the fact that she chose to air their family's private matters in public. Doug was particularly upset that Shantel questioned their core values, especially the loyalty that he and Jackie had always placed at the center of their marriage. He felt betrayed that his daughter would go public with their family's struggles. Then, in a moment of heated frustration, Doug made a shocking revelation. In the midst of his anger, he disclosed something that had been whispered about for years. This revelation altered everything people thought they knew about the Christie family. Doug revealed a painful truth, one that many had speculated about but few knew for sure. While Doug didn't go into specifics, it was clear that the family had been hiding something much deeper than anyone had realized. Many people believe that Doug's revelation had to do with the stress Shantel experienced as a child, which may have confirmed that she wasn't always happy with the way her parents had structured their family life. Others think Doug may have alluded to a deeper rift within the family, one that had been simmering beneath the surface for years. What happened next was even more unexpected. When Doug confronted Shantel about her interview, she didn't back down or apologize. Instead, she gave him a reality check that reportedly left him speechless. Shantel told her father that she was tired of following their rules. She had spent her entire life doing so, and she felt like she had never really been able to find her own voice. She made it clear that she was no longer the submissive daughter who had always kept her opinions to herself. Despite her parents' discomfort, she was no longer afraid to speak her mind. Doug, who had always been the strong, silent type, was at a loss for words. For the first time, he seemed to lose control of the situation, and the entire Christie family dynamic was turned upside down. Now, the big question is what happens next. With Doug speaking out and Shantel challenging her parents' rules, will this lead to long-term conflict between them? Can their relationship ever be repaired after everything that has been said? And what about Jackie? She has always been known for her desire to maintain control, so will she try to regain control of the situation now that Doug and Shantel's struggles have become public? Perhaps most intriguingly, if Doug revealed one family secret in a moment of panic, what other secrets might be hidden beneath the surface? The public is eager to know if this is just the beginning of even more revelations about the Christie family. One thing is certain, this story is far from over, and we'll all be watching closely to see what happens next.